And now for something completely different. It's the 1999 Honda Civic Si. Now, I'm going to be spending a week with this car, and I'll provide lots of impressions about what it's like to drive and how it's different from the new one and how it's the same as the new one. But in the meantime, I thought I would give a little bit of a tour of its throwback 20-year-old interior. Now, lots of old cars are described to be in such good condition as to be museum pieces, but this one is literally a museum piece. It's from Honda's collection. It only has 1,189 miles on it, so please don't hit me. But as you can see here, this is pretty standard 1999 Honda Civic fare. There's not a lot that's special or different from one of the other upper trim levels of the Civic at the time. No special red accents like you do have in the current one. However, you do see there in the gauges the 8,000 RPM indicated there, as well as the SI badge. You also have, let's take a look at the super 90s multicolored upholstery. It's kind of mouse furry stuff here, and of course, since it's a 90s Honda, you can see through the head restraint. Now let's take a closer look at some of the materials and the controls in here as both a trip down memory lane and just a education for those who don't remember cars from this era. This is padded vinyl. It actually looks and feels pretty good. It would actually get worse from here for a few years. The steering wheel, it is wrapped in leather, as is the shifter for the 5-speed manual transmission. You can see here it's quite a long stick and still a reach down for you. The one in the Civic, the current one, is about, like here. Now let's take a look at the center controls. This has air conditioning, but it is manual, and here are the standard icons that you'll see here. This has a CD player, so that's actually nice. Of course, this doesn't have a USB port or aux jack or satellite radio or Apple CarPlay or anything like that. So, luckily, I've brought along some CDs for the journey. Period of correct, of course. Barenaked Ladies, Our Lady Peace, and Much Music's Big Shiny Tunes 4. Admittedly, it's a pretty Canadian collection, but hey, that's what I was listening to at the time. Let's take a closer look at some of the very 90s Honda controls here. To activate the cruise control, you first press that button, and then control it with these buttons over here. The horn, they're buttons. You can't just whack the center of the wheel. That will do nothing. Of course, the sunroof control is over here. Why would you put it over there? That would make no sense at all. No, it's down here, and it would stay like that well into the thousands. And you have the little coin tray here that was quite ubiquitous all over the place. Now, despite obviously not having cell phones be a thing when this car was designed, there's an awful lot of places to store one. You can put it there, fits perfectly, an iPhone 6, how about that? Down here, I mean, car companies are basically putting bins exactly like this in cars now, once again. Hell, there's even one right there in between the seats. This also has some cup holders, which, I have a bottle here, will go, actually, keep a modern water bottle in place for moving. If you try putting it there, yep, that's not going to work well. And don't worry, that is empty because, again, museum piece. Now, anyone familiar with a Honda of this era will remember this noise. Oh yeah, because that means you have left the key in the ignition, and of course, this has a key. Now let's take a closer look at these seats. Now the thing that really impressed me when I got in here, it has 8-way manual adjustable seats. Hence those two knobs. That one sends the front up and down, and that one sends the back up and down. Today's 2020 Civic Si doesn't have this. It's just 6 ways. It only has basically that knob there. Very impressive. Now, of course, it doesn't have much in the way of lateral support, unlike today's car, so I'm gonna have to let gravity run its course a bit. Now, this is a coupe, so not a lot of headroom. It's actually pretty comparable to the current car. However, actually a decent amount of legroom back here, again, not unlike the current car. But here you can check out that. That is a lap belt. Definitely don't see that anymore. And finally here, the thing that really stands out about this interior, look at all that glass. This may not have a rear view camera, but it's not as big of a deal because you can actually see out the back of this car. Very impressive. So there you have it. Quick visual tour of the oh-so-cool modern classic Honda Civic Si.